Not that long ago I went ahead and I bought a broken Xperia XZ Premium for just about 130 quid, and it's been a total nightmare repairing this phone and putting it back to its original state. But apparently I didn't learn my lesson and I bought a Xperia XZ3 with again broken back, and it was even worse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VoloKin Project, and in today's video I'm going to do a mini review of the XZ3 and let you know my personal experience and why you shouldn't buy this phone, although it's actually a great device. Okay guys, so what happened with this particular phone, you might say? Well, I got it for just about 130 pounds on eBay, which is an absolute bargain considering the retail price of like 600 pounds. But there is a reason for that. The original owner dropped the phone while the phone was in that case. And check this out guys, we've got a little bit of a damage over here on the corner, but the problem is that this damage extended to the frame of the phone itself. Luckily it didn't crack the screen, because new screen is 250 quid for that phone, but it caused some internal damage. Wi-Fi and data connection are going on and off whatever they like basically all the time, so you can't really use any of them. You've got no reception and the phone reboots randomly guys, absolutely randomly. It doesn't make any sense. So since the glass back was already cracked, I've cleaned all the glass shards from the phone. The glue was extremely strong and okay, there's the camera. Yeah, so the glue was extremely strong. It was everywhere. It took me ages and I used the heat gun. By heat gun I mean my girlfriend's hair dryer. But yeah, I disassembled the phone. I've checked the main board. I made sure all the cables are good. I reassembled everything. I've prayed, I've cried, and no luck, unfortunately. The phone didn't improve whatsoever. So actually the phone is already sold for spare parts. I'm gonna be sending it straight after the video, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm not going to invest any money in the Sony stupid design, guys. I had the Xperia XZ Premium not that long ago. I actually still have it, it's over there. And I had the same issues, broken back cover and a lot of issues caused by that. So I'm a little bit fed up of the Sony's stupid design. The main board is over here, over here, over here, and a little bit over here. That's absolutely ridiculous, and that's one of the thickest devices you can find on the market. This is not good. And check the bezels over here, guys. These thick bezels, there is no other phone on the market with such huge bezels. Although, to be honest with you, you've got stereo speakers over here, the rounded corners of the screen are really nice, and overall the phone feels very solid. Now, the power button over here is very mushy and you can hardly press it. Check this out. It's, man, I mean, this is not a good button. Check this out. This is super wonky. The volume buttons are good on this side. But one problem I've complained about the Sony devices from the XZ2 is still present in the XZ3. Sony apparently doesn't listen to anybody. The fingerprint positioning, check this out guys. When you get your phone like that and when you try to unlock it, you hit the camera over here. Why is it so low? It's only good for midgets, I can imagine. I mean, if you're a midget, don't get offended, but let's say kids. Okay, let's say kids. I'm taking my words back. It's good only for kids, and a 650 quid phone is not exactly a kid phone. When it comes down to screens, I'm really gonna give it to Sony this time, guys. This is one of the best screens I have ever seen on any mobile phone. Period. 4040p POLED HDR screen, guys. There are not many screens on the market right now which are 4040p OLED and HDR at the same time. So combine that with the curvature over here on the screen. I really love the screen. Sony did an excellent, amazing job. The only gripe I have with the screen is, check this out, it's already on maximum brightness and it's not very bright, guys. Of course you've got automatic brightness, but that means that you're gonna be rocking your phone at full brightness all the time. Apart from that, this is an easy win. Excellent screen, Sony, well done. Now, I already talked about the fingerprint reader. It is actually quite fast and accurate. Check this out, guys. It works 100% of the time. It's not one of the best available at the market, but it definitely gets the job done. But the face unlock is just the smart lock Android one. Let me see if it's gonna recognize my face. Okay, I recognized it. I can unlock it now. But there is no proper buttonless screen unlock, which is unfortunate. One thing I gotta complain a little bit more is the side sensors, guys. Now, HTC already failed in these squeezing features. I don't know why Sony decided to copy exactly that feature, but they did it in their own awful way. Basically, what you gotta do is double press the sensors like that and slide instead of just squeezing them like that, which makes them absolutely unusable with a case like that. So yeah, that's one missed opportunity over here. When it comes down to the speakers of the actual phone, they're okay. They're not the best ones available at the market right now, especially when you go to YouTube. They're just not loud enough. I don't know how many years in a row Sony doesn't make their speakers loud enough, but something very peculiar I've noticed. If you download some music from original sources, you pay for it, and when you listen to that music from the music application, the phone is actually louder than when listening to audio or video on YouTube. I have no idea why that is, but with other phones you don't have this issue. And again, the headphone output, where is the headphone jack? Okay, no headphone jack this year. Well done, Sony. Now, yeah, you've got a 3.5mm to USB Type-C adapter, and the sound is about average, guys. I would say it's pretty much the same as on the XZ2, which I really quite liked overall as a phone, but it's sad to see that there is no improvement in that particular case. Now, gaming performance and overall performance is excellent. Snapdragon 845, there's no point mentioning the performance as well. But on the software side, guys, I'm really not very happy of the phone, simply because it runs nearly stock Android, but the issue is that the Pie version is absolutely ugly and they removed the themes, guys, which is absolutely unacceptable, taking off features rather than adding new features. But again, I mean, it's okay, I can imagine. And the problem is that you can't really rearrange the navigation buttons, which pisses me off basically. It's a big phone, so check this out. Use it with your thumb like that, and check this out. You have to stretch all the way over here to press the back button. That's not comfortable at all, guys. Okay, you can see that I accidentally activated the sensors over here, but anyway, one other thing that Sony didn't improve at all is the charging speeds, guys. Now, I've got the Oppo Find X and I'm reaching 100% in 35 minutes. In the Xperia XZ3, let me check my stats over here. 30 minutes gives you 43%, 1 hour gives you 73%, but full charge takes 2.5 hours. This is absolutely unacceptable in late 2018, early 2019 as it is now, guys. The 2.5 to 3 hours, that's an absolute joke. So, on the positive side, I have to say something positive as well. They fixed the selfie camera. For whatever reason, Sony decided to go with a 5 megapixel unit on the XZ2, but now we've got a 13 megapixel single camera over here. I have pressed the sensor once again. Anyway, 13 megapixel camera over here, guys, and the image quality is much improved. It's flagship grade quality over here. You've got many options on the camera setup, and at the back, unfortunately, you've got the same 19 megapixel camera. Sony is using 3 generations in a row. That's a good camera. You've got 4K recording and all of that. But the thing is that this is an old camera with old software, guys. Sony is making amazing lenses for basically most of the flagships, but when it comes down to software, let me put it this way. If you're a professional photographer, you're really going to appreciate the camera qualities of this phone. But if you're a casual user, like 99% of the users, you're not gonna like the camera that much, although every now and then you're gonna be able to take some good photos, guys. But that's nowhere near the, let's say, the Pixel, the Samsung Galaxy, or even the Oppo Find X, which I'm going to review really soon, so stay tuned for that. And the last thing I'm not gonna talk about today is the battery life. Unfortunately, in that case, I couldn't really test it simply because my phone reboots every few minutes and it's basically unusable. So, unfortunately, I can't really be very positive on the battery life simply because this OLED screen, which is going to be at 100% all the time, is going to suck the small 3300 mAh battery like I don't know, like a snake, maybe, is that such an expression? Anyway, I don't think the battery life is great on this phone, guys, and I don't know, if you have this phone, let me know how many hours of screen on time of heavy usage can you get out of it, but I can imagine it's going to be between 5 and 6 hours of heavy usage, which is not very good in today's standards anyway. So what is my final verdict on this Sony Xperia XZ3? Although I really wanted to love this phone, guys, the fact that one single drop made the mainboard faulty, I can't really recommend it unless you got it really cheap. Now Sony is still trying to charge like 600 quid for it. If you're clever and go on eBay, you can maybe find it at about 350, 400 pounds, something like that, in new condition, which is a good price overall, but you have to baby this phone like no other phone, guys. You have to be really careful, and that takes away of the premium, otherwise premium build of the phone anyways. So I'm not really a case type of guy, so for me it doesn't really work, otherwise I could have bought another one instead of this one, guys. So it's time to give it a VoloKin Spectrum score, you know what that means. So now let's start with design and build quality. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. I like the design and build quality, but one single drop made the phone basically useless. Security, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. The fingerprint reader is good, there is face unlock, but none of them is really, you know, one of the best, so 4 out of 5 is good enough. For battery life, I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5, although that's just a presumption, I haven't really tested it. Screen, easy 5 out of 5. The screen is absolutely amazing, guys. I would have given it a bonus point, but the maximum brightness is an issue. The speakers, I'm gonna give them 4 out of 5 because you've got front-facing stereo speakers anyway. Headphone output 3 out of 5, nothing fancy, no headphone jack. Software, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. Is fast, fluid, simple, but it's missing some features, so I'm a little bit generous here, to be honest with you. 4 out of 5. Performance, easy, 5 out of 5. Selfie camera, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5, and the main camera again 4 out of 5, guys. And the total VoloKin Spectrum score is 40 out of 50, which is still a relatively huge score. And let me see how is it compared to the XZ2. Oh, my voice changed. I have no idea what happened. The XZ2, I gave it 38, for the XZ3 40. That's an improvement. But unfortunately, seeing the new Xperia devices, the new tall ones, man, I really wanted to see, you know, Sony having one of the best flagships on the market, because phones like the Oppo Find X, the Honor Magic 2, both of them, I'm terribly late with the reviews, but they're still in the work, guys. In case you don't know, I just bought the cheapest limo in the UK, so all my money is going to repairing this car, and I'm gonna do some sort of a mixed content, phones, cars, something like that, because secretly I've been a car guy all along, guys. I bet you didn't know that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. By the way, follow me on Instagram, because my Facebook and Twitter pages are not doing anything basically, and Google is closing down my Google Plus account as well, so I've got only Instagram left over there, guys. So yeah, follow me over there for some progress and you know, behind the curtain scenes of this limo over here. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Adios.